Hey there, we finally made it to Serbia. This is Palić, small town near Subotica, which is our main destination. So this is Palić, which is located at the shore of a medium-sized lake, and it's a spa, so there are some beaches as well around here. So here you can see Palić. So this is actually my first time in Serbia, I would say. I have crossed this country by train once when I was about 20, but I think I didn't get out of the train. I was on my way to Greece, so I would say this is my first time in this country. We crossed the border at a very tiny little border crossing. I would say with just one car every 5 minutes or so. What have we got there? To the right there is a Fairfield strand. So the interesting thing here, you can see the writings on the tables are mostly as well in Hungarian and in Serbian. So on the top you have this Cyrillic writing, which is Serbian, and you also have the Hungarian writing. So to the right there is somewhere the Fairfield strand. So it's a strand. It's a beach especially for men. And I'm wondering what that building here is. I'm not sure if it's possible to go in there. So what else have we got? Okay, there is a women's beach to the right as well. Interesting. So I'm not sure if this is just some historical naming, or if the beaches are still separate for men and women. This is the building we wanted to check out, but it looks like it isn't really used at the moment. Part of the roof is really new, but the rest is empty, as it seems. Don't think I can do some exploration here, or okay, I could if I wanted to get up there, but I'm sorry, I have to say I think it might be better not to do anything like that in such a crowded place. So yeah, I am not courageous enough. Let's at least go around the building and see if there is anything else. So I think that's it from Palić. I would say it's probably one of the places that have seen greater times in the past. Currently there is not much going on, so let's go to Subotica. So that seems to be the main pedestrian zone of Subotica. I don't know, somehow it reminds me to, I would say, Hungary 15 to 20 years ago. Don't know why. So the first issue we had when we came here, you have to pay for parking everywhere in the city, as it seems, and we don't have cash. It's not even possible, as it seems, to pay with cash. You cannot pay with a card. There is just some SMS number. So what did we do? Well, I don't think I need to tell you. You can imagine what we did. Some nice buildings, so especially this one could be the town hall or something like that. Nice. Again, secession style building. There is a McDonald's in it. So let's see what this building is. And here's another thing. Trying to... oh, Népszínház. I can actually read the Hungarian writing on this. So this is how do you say, a theater, at least. It's a public theater, Népszínház. I don't know, in German you would call it Volkstheater. Okay, so this seems to be at least one of the main squares in this town. So currently, I have to say, maybe I will change my mind, but I am less impressed by Subotica than by Timișoara, where we have spent the past 2 days. And I'm actually glad that we decided to stay overnight in Timișoara and only come here for a short visit of a few hours. Also, this place is a little bit more exotic to me because it's not part of the European Union, and just came to my mind that I think I didn't leave the European Union for at least 5 years. So that also means I don't have free mobile internet. I cannot phone with my standard contract. Things like that. I also don't think we are going to change any money, but it looks like you can buy with your card, at least in most places. Okay. Gotta wait for my family. Just went shopping into a second-hand store for reasons I don't understand. So let me tell you a little bit about this city. I think it has something like 90,000 inhabitants, of which only 30% are actually ethnical Serbians. There are also 30% Hungarians, or at least ethnical Hungarians. I think something like 10% Croatians, another 10% people from other parts of former Yugoslavia, and some other ethnicities. Another thing worth mentioning is that when you compare it with Hungary or even Romania, the per capita GDP is much lower. It's only about 55–60% of these other two countries, if I remember correctly. And yeah, I think you notice it when you, not so much here in the center, but when you get into the city through the outer parts, it definitely looks differently. This of course is all quite nice, but this is the very center of Subotica. As I told you, I don't have internet access here, but unfortunately I didn't really consider what that means. I was relying a little bit on navigating with Google Maps, but I don't have, and I didn't think of downloading offline maps. So I've been looking for a city map for about 5 minutes now. The only thing I found is this, which shows some of the most important buildings. And currently we are here. This is this. Maybe you can see it through the trees. This seems to be the pedestrian zone where I walked up. So it looks like this area is the main area we should explore. This one looks interesting. Should be somewhere in this direction. Maybe it's the church, of which you can see the tips of the two towers. Okay. Who is that? Károly Bíró. Again, Hungarian name. Let's see. So looks like he is responsible for building many of the Art Nouveau or Secession style buildings here. So that's the guy. Still waiting for my family, by the way. So they've entered the second-hand store. Still don't understand what my daughter finds so great about these shops. One thing I like about this town are all the trees in the streets, which are probably nice when it's really hot, but unfortunately they make it a little bit difficult to film the buildings. Talking about buildings, look at that style. Typical, I would say, communist architecture from the, let's say, 70s, I guess. A bit questionable for most people. And right next to it, there is a chapel. Not much to see. can't even tell you whether it's Roman Catholic or Orthodox or something else. Okay. So, still not very impressed by this town. It's, I would say, just like the average Hungarian town of this size. This is the cathedral of Subotica, but you obviously cannot go inside. Just look at these huge cracks in the wall. I think you can see it from here. I'm not sure. They probably have been caused by an earthquake, but I have to look it up. Okay. This is the most interesting building so far. I had to run because there's a lot of car traffic. So it's obviously a synagogue. Probably it's not allowed to go in there, but maybe I can have a brief look. Okay, you can buy tickets, but I think actually I would buy one, but I think my family is hungry and we are actually looking for a restaurant, which is not that easy, I have to say. At least a place where you can sit down, which has a toilet and so on. Not that easy. Okay, maybe we'll come back here later. Good view here of this building, of which I now actually found out that it is the town hall. And look at this interesting blue fountain with these ornaments here. This one is a little bit dried out. Haven't checked out this street so far. So you cannot say that there is nothing going on in this place. I mean, there are lots of bars, cafes, things like that. Few restaurants, some street food. Let's have a look at the side. It's probably closed, yeah. But this is a typical Roman Catholic church, which actually reminds me a lot of the church in Westbrem, which I have shown you in one of my videos. So the coloring was very similar, but now, as I said, unfortunately it has been painted white because they didn't have enough money. So we finally found the street where all the restaurants are located, all concentrated in one place, but that's something you find in a lot of cities. So we had quite a decent pizza here. So I think that's about it from the town of Subotica. I have to say it's okay, but I'm not really impressed. But maybe that's because I had quite high expectations, reading some articles saying all kinds of things about this town. So it's okay. And of course it's not polite when you are in a country for the first time and don't say anything nice. So going back to Hungary, and hope to see you next time. Bye bye.